Hi, I'm Karlene Punancy. I'm an immigration attorney, and today I'm going to talk to you about how does EB-5 visa work. By the end of this video, you will learn how the EB-5 works, and when you become a permanent resident, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? And is the EB-5 a temporary visa or a permanent visa? How much money should I invest in order to get an EB-5 visa? How long does the process take? And will I be able to include my family in the process to become permanent residents? And once I get my permanent residence, what happens after? I'm going to answer all these questions for you, and at the end of the video, you will understand everything you need to know about the EB-5. So when you apply for your EB-5 visa and you become a permanent resident, what happens next? Am I a permanent resident forever? Am I a permanent resident for a short time? How does it work? Well, once you get your EB-5 approved, first you will have your permanent residence for 2 years. And then after those 2 years, you need to apply again with a special form, a different type of form, in order to get the permanent residence for 10 years. The permanent residence is usually for 10 years. During that time, during the 10 years or before the 10 years expire, you can apply for your citizenship. Now, I have people telling me, well, you know, once I get the EB-5, am I a permanent resident just like a person who got married to a U.S. citizen? Yes, it's the same permanent resident card. The only difference is you got it through an investment and another person got it through a marriage. But it's the same system. You're a permanent resident of the United States, and what does that mean? That means that you can live in the United States, you can work in the United States, you can travel. Now, once you become a permanent resident, remember one factor. If you travel, do not stay out of the country for more than 6 months. So a lot of people who are investors, who have the money to invest in getting their permanent residence in the United States, they have investments in other countries as well, or they have companies in other countries. And so they need to work in their countries and they need to work here. If you do, it's possible the person at the airport the consul, the immigration official at the airport, could give you a hard time, could even take away your residence and say, well, you know, you don't need your residence because you spend more time outside of the country than inside of the country. So to avoid that, do not spend more time out of the country. If you think you need to leave for an emergency, 3-4 months and that's it, you need to return to the United States. When I apply for my EB-5, do I have to apply with different agencies? No, you just need to apply with the USCIS. Now, if you're applying for a labor certification process, which is another way to apply to get your green card, you need to deal with 2 different agencies. You need to deal with the Department of Labor and you need to deal with the USCIS. But when you're applying for your EB-5, the only agency that you need to deal with is the USCIS. The package that you're going to prepare is going to be sent directly to the USCIS. Now, if you're applying for a EB-5 in a community that's low income and you are investing $800,000, make sure you get a letter from the Department of Labor verifying that you're allowed to invest $800,000 in this area because this area needs stimulation and needs stimulation from your company, for example, because you will be pumping money into the community by opening up a business in that community and by providing jobs. So that would be the only time you would need to work with the Department of Labor. But the package that you're going to prepare is going to be sent to the USCIS. I'm also getting questions about the EB-5 process, and people are asking, how many EB-5 visas does the government provide each year? Well, it's about 10,000 EB-5 applications that they approve each year. Sometimes you will get an approval, but it will tell you, okay, you were approved, but you have to wait until next year in order to get your residence. That's okay. You just wait, because the good thing is that you have been approved. Another question that I'm getting to is, under this administration, is it true that I can still apply for the EB-5 process? Yes, you can. You can apply. The government has not stopped anyone from applying for the EB-5 process. It's a process that still continues. People are asking the question about, okay, is it true that I can't apply if I'm from a different country, a specific country? If you are in the United States, or if you want to apply for the EB-5 process, you may do so because it's a permanent residence. It doesn't matter what country you're from, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your nationality. If you have the funds necessary to invest and buy a company in order to get your EB-5 process going and in order to get your permanent residence, you are able to do so. So don't be afraid, do apply. I'm Karlene Punancy. I have 35 years of experience. Subscribe to our channel and we will teach you more about the EB-5. Follow the link above and you will learn more about the EB-5, or look at the description below. Follow us and we will help you to navigate the process.